All right. Hey everyone, my name's Haley. I work customer service here at ROKFORM. We're super excited. Today's our first um, Facebook, YouTube live stream. So we're kind of testing it out. We've never done this before. This is our first time. So any feedback, questions, anything like that is welcomed. So we're gonna kind of just go through our most popular items to get started. We'll talk about our car mounts. I've got a couple cases here to talk about today. Um, Again, my name's Haley. I work customer service. So if you've ever called Rockform's customer service, sent us an email, chances are we've chatted before. So again, if you have questions, go ahead and leave them. That's what we're here to do today. Just kind of answer. Working?
There we go.
I think we got
We're back.
it.
We're back.
As you probably didn't hear because our audio wasn't working, this is our first live stream on Facebook and on YouTube, so we're working out our little bumps in the road, but thank you to our viewers for the comments letting us know the audio wasn't working. We should be all good now. We're all synced up, so I think we shouldn't have any issues. But really quick, I do see that we have some questions. I'll definitely answer those. Just want to kind of repeat what I was talking about when we didn't have audio. My name's Haley. I work customer service here at ROKFORM. I've been here for a year, actually. My 1-year anniversary is on Thursday, so I'm really excited. But I'm here to kind of talk all about our most popular products. We do have a discount code that is live for the next 24 hours, especially for you guys viewing our live stream today. We appreciate you logging on to hear about all of our products. So if you just use the code LIVE1, all capitals, no spaces, so it's LIVE and then the number 1. You want to make sure you enter that at checkout. It's only valid for the next 24 hours, so if you've had your eye on a mount or a case and you've been waiting for your sign, here's your sign. You can use that discount code at ROKFORM.com for the next 24 hours. But I did see a question about the motorcycle handlebar mount in regards to vibration from the bike. Something really exciting that we are going to have around next week is our dampeners. So if you are interested in that, if you have any questions, concerns, it's something we've had reports in less than half of 1% of all of our motorcycle mounts sold. And we've been a company for over 10 years, but we did want to make sure that we have a solution for customers experiencing an issue, and we will have that in stock next week. So give us a call. Our customer service number is up on our website under Contact Us. And we can put it in the comments too if that's easier for you. Just let us know. Or you can email us at info@rokform.com and we'll get you all taken care of there. Like I said, expected next week, and we'll be able to get you set up with that dampener to help absorb vibrations from these big bikes. So, but what I have in front of me here today is our car mounts and some of our cases. But as you can see, if you have questions about mounts or accessories that I don't have in front of me, feel free to toss those in as well. I'm more than happy to answer questions about any of our products, but I'm going to get started with our vent mount. This mount here, I use it every day. It's one of my favorites because it's easy to take in and out of your car. If you're someone who doesn't drive the same car every day like myself, you can easily remove this and put it in your second vehicle. Or if you travel a lot for work and you use a rental car, I know if you're in a new area, you don't know the area very well, it's really important to be able to see your maps. So I like to travel with this guy, so I know that I can always have my GPS up in front of me. It's nice and small, low profile, so it can easily go in your carry-on or your checked baggage. But it does have a magnet built into the face of it here. One of, obviously, the things ROKFORM is famous for is our strong magnet. So it has a rubber, like a rubber grip on the face here to help with, it's anti-slip, so your phone's not going to slide around. That in combination with the rubber we have on the back of our case, you're nice and secure. You know your phone's not going anywhere while you're driving. It's not going to slip and slide around. However, the face of this, where the rubber is nice and slim, so you're not losing any connection between the magnet in the case and the magnet in the mount. It stays nice and secure because this rubber is just thick enough to add texture and grip, but just thin enough to where you don't lose any of the hold from the magnet. And then this has a clamp on the back. That's how it's going to connect to your vent. It's very universal. I've yet to actually find a car or a truck that this mount won't work in because this expands. So that's going to clip right onto the vent. It also has a rubber grip on the back, so it's not going to slip and slide out of the vent. The last thing you want to worry about is your phone going flying across your car while you're driving. So you don't have to worry about that with this clamp here. And what I will say is the magnet in this mount and the magnet in the case are both very large and very strong. So if you've ever worked with magnets before, when you put them together, they don't want to come apart, which is great for security. So can I keep talking? Oh, I thought it was. So you just slide it off to the side, and that's the way that it's best to come out. If you pull it straight, it's going to want to stay connected. So that's the best part about this, is you still get the strength of the magnet, and it's easy to take off of the mount. If you pull it straight out, chances are this is going to come out of your vent because they do want to stay together. But if you just use a rolling motion to the side or up or down, then you don't have to worry about that. It's always going to stay in your vent unless you take it out. And it's easy to take in and out. I typically will just grab the bottom part and separate it and pop it right in the mount or in the vent. It'll work with vertical or horizontal vents, which makes it, again, nice and universal, really easy to use. So that is our vent mount. Now we'll go ahead and move on to our low pro. The first three we're going to talk about are all magnetic, and then the second two use our twist lock. So the low pro, just like in the name, it's our low profile mount. It's a little bit larger than a quarter and a little bit smaller than a silver dollar. So this is a great option if you have a newer car. I know that they have really crowded dashes. They're adding lots of gadgets and bigger screens, more dials to the dashes of cars, and it's a little bit harder to find a spot to put your phone if you like to use your GPS while you're driving on your phone. So with this guy, because it's so nice and low profile, it's really easy to find a spot for it to fit, because like I said, a little bit smaller than a silver dollar, so you don't need a lot of space for the actual mount. Of course, if you have the larger phone, that's going to come into play as well. Just for standard size phones, and even for the Maxes, it's a lot easier to find a place to mount with a low profile, smaller mount. A question I get asked frequently working customer service is, does the smaller mount have less hold? Absolutely not. It's the same magnet all across the board. You're going to get just as strong of a magnet in here as you get in your vent mount and as you get in your swivel mount. The size of it doesn't mean it doesn't pack a punch, doesn't have nice holding power. It's going to be the same. And then you can just connect it to the back. You'll see that this one here has a smooth face compared to the rubber on the vent mount, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to hold as well, because you still get the texture on the back of your case. So that texture alone provides enough grip to where your phone's not going to slip and slide around. And this can be connected to the internal magnet, the magnetic plug, which if you have an older style case and you don't have a magnetic plug, we sell those separately on our website just under optional accessories, or our sport ring is also compatible with this. So we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But this is going to adhere with 3M adhesive tape to your dash. So it already comes on there ready to go. You just have to peel back the covering and it'll expose the adhesive, the sticky side. And in here you also get an extra piece of tape as well as an alcohol pad, so you can clean the surface really well. You'll definitely want to do that before you use 3M adhesive tape. If you have any sort of like protective sealant from the dealership or Armor All, you'll want to make sure that where you're mounting this, you clean that really well before, because that slippery surface can make the adhesive not want to stick as well. So you'll just want to make sure you use that included alcohol pad. Firmly press down for about 30-45 seconds. As long as you want. If you're just sitting there scrolling through your phone while you're mounting this, you can hold it on there for as long as you need to. And then let it sit for 24 to 48 hours. I know it can be hard when you get something in the mail that you've been waiting for. You want to use it right away, but to ensure that you can use this for as long as you need to, that 48-hour mark is typically perfect for letting this guy stay on your dash. 3M has a little bit longer curing time than other adhesives, so it starts from the middle, kind of works its way out while actually gripping the surface that it's on. So you want to wait that full time, because the phones, as you guys know, are heavy. They're adding so many great features to the newer phones and the bigger phones, so you want to make sure that you give that tape some time and let it sit there so that you can use it for as long as you need to. So that is our swivel mount, our low pro. We'll move on to our swivel now. And both of these come with an extra adhesive pad, so if you need to move it, you can. Because this swivel mount here uses that same 3M adhesive tape. So the same instructions apply while mounting, the 24 to 48 hours, and cleaning with the alcohol pad. But this guy here, I would definitely say this is our most popular mount that we have, only because of the versatility. and its staying power. So again, it's going to last you as long as you need it to. This isn't, as long as you follow those instructions, it's not going to come off unless you want it to come off. To do that, you'll just use dental floss or fishing line and a sawing motion, and it'll pop right off. So if you're ever curious, like, I know this thing's really stuck to my dash, how do I get it off? I'm selling my car. You know, you don't want to purchase a new one, you just want new tape. You just use, again, fishing line or dental floss, and it'll pop it right off. But this swivel mount here, again, has that same magnet built in the face. It has a rubber grip with texture, so you don't have to worry about it slipping and sliding around, just like our others. Connects right to the back of the case here, as you can see. And I'm showing it here on the lower magnet. This is the iPhone 12 case. So it comes with the magnet that's built in and then the magnetic plug in the center. I know that I've been showing it on the bottom, but you can connect it in the center as well. Portrait or landscape, that goes for all three of these mounts. That actually goes for all of our car mounts you can do in portrait or landscape. And you can just do it with the magnetic ones just by turning the phone. You don't have to take it off and remount it. And this can go bottom or removable magnetic plug in the center, or with our sport ring. So this is on a ball joint on both ends. So you have one at the bottom as well as at the top. So you have full 360 degrees of adjustability on both ends, which is what makes this so versatile. As I was saying previously with our Low Pro, for crowded dashes, if you have the smaller phone, the Low Pro works great because you only need to find a small surface area. But I do get asked a lot, well, I have the biggest phone. I have an S21 Ultra or an S20 Ultra, iPhone 12 Pro Max. So it takes up a big surface area, and customers will say, just don't have the space for that right on my display. And you don't need space for that on your display to use the swivel mount, because you can actually use it right above your dash, so right on top of it, which is awesome because you can just angle this down and then you're good to go. So this, again, connects right on the back there, and you can swivel it while it's mounted. And another great feature is that the ball joints on both ends are nice and strong. They're easy enough to move with your hands that you're not fighting with it, but they're strong enough to where your heavy phone isn't going to pull this down at all. So once you put your phone on it, it should stay exactly where you had adjusted it to make it easy to view. Again, in portrait or in landscape, it comes with that 3M tape on the back. Peel it off, stick it on your dash. 2 days later, you're ready to go. You're ready to view your GPS. And we understand how important car mounts are. I know myself, I use a GPS every day, embarrassingly enough. Take the same route to work every single day, but I still put it in my maps to make sure I'm not going to hit traffic. So for me, a car mount is a necessity, and I know we know that it's like that for a lot of our customers as well. So all made of premium materials, nice strong magnets, giving you a great connection. And if you did have any questions, concerns, anything like that about those three magnetic mounts, again, you can give us a call at our customer service number on our website, or shoot us over an email, or pop it in the chat here, and I can always get you taken care of as well. So we're going to move on to our rock lock options that we offer for the car. This is something that definitely a lot of our ROKFORM customers use when they're using the motorcycle or bike mount. This is the locking mechanism that we use, so we put that in the car as well. That way, if you're used to that locking system, you can have that universally throughout your day-to-day life, whether you go from your motorcycle to bike riding on the weekends to driving your car back and forth to work. You can use that same motion every single day and really utilize your case and your mounts in everyday life, which is what we're trying, we try to do, make it as universal as possible, so you really can use everything every day. But first, we'll go ahead and talk about our Rock Lock car dash mount here. This one I like to compare to the Low Pro, just with the locking mechanism. You hold them up side to side, you can see that there is a bit of a size difference just to allow for room for that lock. But in terms of the size, this really is nice and small and low profile. Turn it to the side, about 1/2 inch thick, maybe a little bigger, but it's still nice and low profile and uses that same 3M adhesive tape on the back. It looks different just because the different features of this mount, so the tape itself looks different, but it's the same adhesive. And then it uses the aluminum lock. In the past, our locks were plastic, but we have fully upgraded to all aluminum. So on the windshield mount, as well as this ROKFORM dash mount, it is a premium aluminum lock, so you don't have to worry about any cracking, chipping, breaking when it comes to the lock itself. And then it just twist locks on to the back. I just switch hands because I'm left-handed, but you just take the phone, line up the opening in the case here, the 4 openings with the 4, I call them teeth, but the 4 prongs on the lock. You'll line them up and just do a quarter turn, good to go. You can see here, just for demonstration purposes, I'm using 2 hands, but if this was mounted on your dash, you let it sit that 48 hours, it's a one-handed motion. You just line it up and twist it. You don't have to have your other hand on this mount. If you don't want to, you can do it all one-handed. And again, that's the 3M adhesive tape on back. So that is our ROKFORM car dash mount here. Again, this does come with another piece of 3M tape. All of our mounts that stick to the dash will come with an extra, just so you can move it around. Whether you get a different car, you realize there's a better spot in your car for viewing, you can move that around. So that was our ROKFORM car dash mount. Got a few examples there. There's the windshield mount. We'll be talking about that in just a second right here. So this windshield mount, this is our ROKFORM windshield mount. So this is our original one. If you head to our website, you'll see that we have one available for pre-order that's magnetic. So for our next live streams, we'll be going over that. Once those are off pre-order, we're really excited to show you that. But this one here is our original with the locking mechanism. Again, uses that aluminum twist lock on the face here. You've got 3 different points of adjustability, so you can adjust the base of the arm with this dial at the bottom. You can adjust the whole top portion with this knob here up at the top of the arm. And then you have a dial on the top here to control the face of this, which is on a ball joint. So you can loosen or tighten. And the great part about this is even fully tightened, it's going to give you just enough to where if you go over speed bumps or potholes, anything like that, that this isn't going to move around. But if you're driving and you need to readjust, you can do that with your hands. You don't have to stop, take this off, loosen the knob, and then readjust. You can actually do that by just grabbing the face of this and moving it around, or just grabbing your phone. With this twist lock too, you also will hear a click, so you never have to guess if your case is fully locked on, because you'll hear it click. If you don't hear it click, it's not fully locked on. So if you receive a mount and you're not feeling it click, let us know. It should be fully locking on. You should hear that clicking motion. That's how you know it's secure. So all of our cases will provide that security, and you'll be able to hear it, so you know it's fully locked in. And then this can be mounted again in portrait or landscape. I know I showed portrait a lot, so I'll pop this in landscape. I don't know if you could hear the click, but it just clicked in. So you're ready to go. You've got your phone in there. It's going to be up this way. While you're driving, you can put it on your left side, right under your rear view mirror if you like to run a cord to your phone. Going back to traveling, we have customers that take this with them on airplanes. If they like to watch movies on an airplane, they'll suction it to the airplane window so they don't have to put their little tray table down and watch a movie. If they have with your sport ring, if you'd rather just have it mounted up, you can do that on an airplane. And it's nice and light. It's made of really durable product, so it looks like it's really heavy because of the premium products. However, it's a very light mount, so it's not going to fall off your dash. If you do travel with it, it's not going to add weight to your bag. And you just simply twist the bottom to lock it and twist it the opposite direction to unlock it. So we make it nice and easy and versatile, so you can use it even in the back seat. If your kids are watching a show on your phone, just pop it on the back window. So that is our car mounts. And then move on to our sport ring and our cases. Is there any questions? I've got Jeff here helping me out with responding to questions and letting me know if there's any I can answer. So
good. Great.
Perfect. So we'll just move on to my favorite accessory, the sport ring. If you don't have a sport ring in your life, just log on to ROKFORM.com, type in Live One at checkout, and get yourself a sport ring, because I can guarantee this is one of those products that you don't know you need until you have it. I never was one that added like rings or any holders to the back of my phone. However, if you've been on this live stream the whole time, you see I am a hand talker. So before we had the sport ring, my phone was constantly flying out of my hand because I just can't keep them in the same place while I'm talking. So this sport ring really helps if you're someone like me. But basically what this is, it's a magnetic phone ring stand. So you can use it to grab a hold of your phone, know that it's nice and secure while you have it in your hand. The ring just pops up on the back and pops out as a stand. So as I was saying earlier, traveling, watching a show on the tray table, you can connect it to the back and just put it right there to watch any show, recipes, listen to a podcast, sign on to a Zoom meeting if you're working remotely and you use your phone for that. This is a great option for you because you can easily set it up on your desk, FaceTiming family members that are in a different state. It really is so versatile, and again, something that if you've never used before, it's one of those things that you don't know that you're missing out on until you have it, and you don't know how you ever used your phone without it. Another great feature about this is the magnet that's built into it. Before we came out with the sport ring, if you ever wanted, before ROKFORM had their own ring, if you ever wanted to use something like that, you would maybe have to cover a magnet or lose out on that magnetic capability adding a ring to the case. However, with our ROKFORM ring, because it's magnetic, you not only get an extra magnet, an extra strength magnet, but the ring and the stand. And this just connects, I'll show an example here, to our car mounts. Has the same rubber anti-slip grip built into the face of this, so it's not going anywhere. I have a toolbox back here. The mic's on it. I don't want it to be super loud, but connect that to the back so you can see how easy it is to just mount that straight onto any magnetic surface, whether you're a construction worker, just like to work on your car in your garage. You're putting it on your refrigerator if you're like me and you like to watch recipes while you're cooking. It really gives you great versatility and another way to use your case in your daily life. I know our phones are something that for me personally, and for a lot of customers, you use your phone every single day, personal, work, no matter what it is. You're constantly on your phone. You're having to use it every day. So this just gives you an extra feature for something that you always have in your pocket and you're always using. Just gives you more to do and more. You just have more to offer with the case when you have the sport ring on. It's a stainless steel ring actually, so it's premium materials that with this guy here. So you've got the aluminum lock again that we were talking about earlier with all of our other mounts. You have the steel ring and a titanium screw that holds it all together. And a nice large magnet in comparison to our vent mount here, you can see it is a nice large magnet. So you get great holding capability with this as well. And it's if you someone who wirelessly charges, you have an iPhone 12, S21, iPhone 11 crystal case, and you're wanting to do wireless charging, you don't want to take the magnetic plug in and out. You don't want to take the case off. It's something you do all the time. This is a great option for you because you can easily twist it on and off from the outside. So that is our sport ring. That is retails for $39.99 on our website. So again, you can use that 20% off coupon code, the live and then number 1 at checkout for 24 hours to get 20% off sport ring. And you can use that on your whole cart. So if you add like a case, a car mount, and the sport ring, it's not just going to take 20% off one item, it's going to be 20% off the whole order. So whether you're ordering cases for you and your family or just for yourself, whatever's in your cart, it's going to take 20% off that. So not limited to just one item. And then we can go over our cases here. This is what I have for the iPhone 12. We've got the rugged and the crystal here. The crystal has a lanyard attached. If you can see, that's what's kind of hanging from the case here. You can, if you ride your bike or your motorcycle with a ROKFORM case, you've got one of these guys on it. So that's going to be that's our crystal there with the sport ring. But the lanyard easily clips off, so I'll just take that off for demonstration purposes. But I've got the crystal, as Jeff just showed, that's what he has on his phone. Clear on the back so you can see the color of your device through the case. We offer black and clear just because Apple offers such great colors of their phone. I know me personally, whenever I buy a new phone, I'm excited to see what colors they come out with for the next generation. I want to buy the prettiest color. So I love our crystal case because I can see it right through the back, and you're not losing any protection opting for the crystal over the rugged. Both cases are 4.3 millimeters thick. If you're curious, what does that mean? It's about 4 times as protective as like a standard fashion case that you would find. So 4 times as thick, however, not much heavier, just because the hard polycarbonate material that it's made from on the back, it's still nice and light, giving you great protection. You're going to get 1.6 millimeters of screen protection with our rubber TPU around the screen here, 2.3 millimeters on all 4 corners, and 2.3 millimeters of rubber TPU around the camera. And this is for the crystal and the rugged. The biggest difference is cosmetic. So really, anything I'm saying about the crystal, besides the color and the texture, goes for the rugged as well. Both come with 2 magnets and have the rubber grip at the bottom covering the internal magnet. But again, going back to the rubber TPU, we know how important your camera is to you in our day-to-day life, sharing so many memories with our cameras, holding on to photos. The last thing you want to worry about is going to take a picture and having a cracked camera. So we give you peace of mind and great protection. You're covered for shocks and drops up to 6 feet on any flat surface, so falling out of your pocket, anything like that, you don't have to worry about that with your ROKFORM case. So then we'll move on to the rugged really quick, just to kind of bring everything together here. Our rugged case has a carbon fiber texture on the back. It's the hard polycarbonate material that I was talking about earlier with the crystal. However, it has an anti-scratch carbon fiber texture on the back. Again, 4.3 millimeters thick, gives you that connector for the lanyard at the bottom. So if you're a bike or motorcycle rider, or you're like me and you just like to have the lanyard so it's easy to find your phone or carry it on your wrist, you can do that as well with both cases. Another great feature is the buttons on the side, super easy to press, easy to find. You don't have to go searching for your volume or your power button. I know for me, that's one of my pet peeves is, if I have to go searching for something like that. So we make it nice and easy, giving you cutouts on the side so you can actually feel where the buttons are, as well as the ports at the bottom. It has that raised rubber TPU, so you're protected from shocks and drops in that area when it comes to the speaker or the charging port. However, it gives you a perfect opening so you don't ever have to fight to get your cord in the bottom. It's the perfect size, so it'll fit right in the bottom there. And then it also has a soft impact resistant core. I get asked often, does the texture on the back of the case also translate on the inside of the case? Is that going to scratch my phone? Absolutely not. We give you a nice felt covering on the inside here so that it's a nice soft surface for your iPhone 12, iPhone 11, S21 to live on, so you don't have to worry about any scratching or anything like that, and it'll absorb shocks and drops as well. So that was our rugged and crystal cases for our 12 series. We offer that for the mini, the 12, 12 Pro, and the 12 Pro Max. If you're confused on what case is right for you, you know you have an iPhone 12, but you don't know which one it is, it'll tell you in the settings of your phone exactly what model you have. If you have the iPhone 12 and you're confused because it's 12/12 Pro, they're the same dimension, so they require the same case. So if you have the mini, that has a dedicated case. If you have the Max, that has its own dedicated case. And if you have the 12 or the 12 Pro, you're going to use the same case. So just clear that up. I get asked that often. I know it can be confusing, but the phone's the same size. The camera is going to be the difference there. So perfect. That was our first live stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, we're going to be doing these more often, so thanks for following us. When you get the notifications, tune in. As you can see, discount codes are going to be offered on these things, and I know that if you have your eye on something and you're waiting for, again, that sign, a discount code to pop up, this is your sign. Go ahead and grab anything you're looking for. Again, I work customer service, so I'm going to pop right back on the computer. If you have any questions, you can just hit the little live chat button on the bottom of our website. It'll pop right up. I'm going to go right back into my office and answer any questions that you have. You can email us at info@rokform.com. Give us a call, 855-765-3676. You can talk to me from there as well. Super excited. Again, if you have any questions or if you have suggestions, we're open to that as well. Anything you want to see, let us know. Thanks for tuning in, and